We were praying for a year. When it first opened in that December, we thought, well, at the end of the year we'll reevaluate and see if we can go on. And it just kept going and going and going, kind of like the Timex money. And it's been a joy and a blessing. Well, from the very beginning, not only were Nancy and I volunteers, but things like Punky Howard volunteering to decorate the shelter completely, the Kiwanis Club scraping all the windows, you know, that kind of thing just is, I think it's a spirit in Plano that really added to the growth of the shelter and the understanding of kids without homes. I think, you know, because Nancy and I are professional educators, we were used to seeing kids and their parents come to things and do things, and then all of a sudden we realized there were kids whose parents weren't coming and kids who were closing the chicken places at midnight and then, you know, sleeping wherever they could find a bed. And when we've seen so many kids come through, and I was checking groceries one day and I had on my City House sweatshirt, and the girl said, you know, I'm a senior at UNT, but I was at City House 2 different times and it changed my life. Well, who can argue with that? You know?
It's hard to just pick one thing, but my heart swells every time I go to City House and get to spend time with the kids. And I've been touched by every kid that's there, and I keep their names in my head, and I think of them on a daily basis and say prayers for them. I think one of the stories that I will always take with me is a story of a young boy who we had taken out a group together downtown to the aquarium. We were having lunch outside and a homeless man approached us, and at first I was just trying to make sure that everyone was safe. And this young man, his desire was to help this guy, and he reaches in his pocket to give him cash, and I say, oh, no, I'll give him money. And so I give the guy money, and the young boy, he still wasn't satisfied. He had a bag of chips that he hadn't eaten, and he took out the chips and he gave them to the homeless man. It just made me realize how important he needed to be needed too. And that was probably one of the best stories and one of the best memories I've had. Yeah, I love the outings. I love being able to take them out. And that's probably one of my favorite things because it's a little bit more intimate. You get to know them all better as a group, all the age groups, and then otherwise it's just playing games. We had a young girl there recently who was 5 years old and who wanted to learn how to play Monopoly. So that was fun, trying to teach her how to count the money and be the bank, and she caught on really quickly. And on New Year's Eve I took Draw Something up there, and we had a blast. It started out with just a few kids, and then the excitement grew and grew and grew, and all the kids wanted to join in, and it was a lot of fun.
I've been a volunteer since the day my friend's house opened, which was November of 2009.
Let me tell you that Mark and I, that's how we met, because we were volunteers on the same shift on Tuesdays, the first, third, and fifth Tuesdays of every month. And he's funny because the little girls love him, and he's really good at playing. And so he might be a dinner date, but he spends more time playing. And I'm a rock and roller, and I love to hug and love on the babies, but when there's no babies around, I play with the kids too. So we do more playing than we do just about anything else.
We do.
And a good story is that the last time I was there was a little girl, and she was just having a tough time after bath time. And she came out, and she would have nothing to do with anybody. And I opened my arms, and she just came in. I just held her and hugged her, and I actually got to do some rocking and rolling. And then her little brother, who has had some issues in the past, he came over and he snuggled up with her. And it was, all three of us were there on the sofa, all together, just, you know, hugging and loving and watching a movie. but it was sort of neat because I think they got some kind of a affection and closeness and feeling of home that they might not get otherwise. I feel like God has blessed me with many things, and I've just become a grandmother not too long ago, and this is a way of just showing God's love to others. He has blessed me, and this is a way to give back, and I do believe strongly in giving back because we're so blessed, and if we can just even give a smile or a hug or a laugh, which he's really good at, then it makes it worthwhile.
Way more. I really did go into it thinking I was going to give something, and I'm the one who is on the receiving side every time.
Some of you were with Kay and I 25 years ago. Now, we got a little bit different looking, a little bit slower, but we're still as passionate about City House and all of its operations as we ever were. But we could have never done this without you. But I've seen so many of you up there working at my friend's house on Tuesday morning when I was there, and I was just amazed the first time I saw someone cleaning the bathrooms. And the people I were touring, they said, "Oh, are they volunteers?" And I said, "Yes, we do everything. We're dust bunnies, we're donation divas, we're helping with the administration, we're every homework helpers, meals and manners. If you want to volunteer, we have a place for you." And sometimes when I'm up there and people are busy, we forget to pat you on the back and thank you. But like Lisa said, from the bottom of my heart, I thank you as volunteers. I thank you as staff members, because City House has been so blessed with good, loyal, dedicated staff members. So today all I want to say is thank you for making a dream come true, because when Kay and I met 25 years ago at the Harvey Hotel and wrote on a napkin what our plans were, I told her, I said, "She is so intelligent and such a good writer and everything." I said, "Well, if you think we can get a shelter open in a year, I'll help you. But if you're going to think about it and write about it for a year, I've already lost it." And she said, "No, we can do it." So she was the dreamer, and she'd tell me what to do, and I would try to do it. But none of this could have been done without all of you and without our wonderful community of Plano, Texas. So thank you.
Yeah, I don't think City House would have survived without volunteers, and I'd like to thank the volunteers over the years for believing in us, for one thing. That's how volunteering started at City House, with people who believed in our cause, and it's just grown over the years. And we couldn't do without volunteering. No way. So that's my thank you.